Detective John Jones sat in his chair and looked out the window. The sun had just set, and the city was slowly turning dark around him. He had been assigned to investigate a string of murders that had been occurring throughout the city for the last few weeks. Each one had been in a different neighborhood, and very few details had been released to the public, but that didn't stop people from speculating. John wanted to get to the bottom of the mystery before anyone else could. He had been working around the clock, looking for clues, interviews witnesses, and chasing down leads. But he was getting nowhere. This case had him stumped, and he felt like he was running out of ideas. Just then his phone rang. It was his partner, Sarah Smith. "John, I think I have something," she said. "There's a man I talked to. He was in the neighborhood when one of the bodies was found. He said he saw a woman wearing a black coat running away right after the body was discovered. He described her as being tall and thin with short black hair and pale skin. I think it's worth looking into." John thanked Sarah and hung up the phone. He had a feeling that this lead might be significant, so he headed out to investigate. He drove to the spot where the body had been found and began asking questions of the people in the nearby shops and homes. No one could say for sure who the woman was or where she had gone, but one elderly woman said that she had seen her entering a large building a few blocks away. John followed the woman's directions to the building and found it to be an abandoned warehouse. He hadn't realized that it was still standing, as it had been almost forgotten in the hustle and bustle of the city. He pushed open the large doors and stepped inside. The interior was dark and damp, and John could feel a chill in the air. He pulled out his flashlight and began to explore the building. As he made his way down the halls, he noticed something strange, a strange black substance that seemed to be oozing out of the walls. He had a feeling that this was important, so he decided to investigate further. Eventually, he found a secret chamber in the deepest part of the warehouse. Inside, he discovered a terrifying sight, a group of men in suits standing around a giant machine. They appeared to be plotting something sinister. John stepped forward and confronted them. He asked them what they were doing there, and one of the men replied that they were constructing a device that would give them unprecedented control over the city. He explained that they had been using the murders as a way to hide their activities, and then offered John a deal. If he didn't tell anyone about what he had found, he would be given a large reward. John hesitated only for a moment before deciding that he had to do the right thing. He refused the offer and called the police. A few minutes later, his efforts paid off and the group of men were arrested. Thanks to John's quick thinking, the people of the city were safe. John returned to his office feeling proud of what he had accomplished. He had solved a murder case, uncovered a sinister plot, and saved the people of the city from potential disaster. It wasn't every day that a detective got to feel that kind of victory.
Do you have a suggestion for a new story? Comment below and subscribe to not miss the next one.